A military coup in Niger last week has raised fears that the West African nation, a key Western ally in the fight against jihadist groups in the region, could pivot towards Russia. The ousting of democratically elected President Mohamed Bazoum has been widely condemned by the European Union, the US and from within Africa. Jean-Hervé Jezequel at the International Crisis Group says while Niger is central to Western security efforts in the region, it's too early to say if it might turn to Russia or the Wagner Group.
We know that Wagner is interested in developing its capacity in West Africa. We anticipate also that within the new military regime, if they were to stay in power, they will look for different allies, and they might be tempted to establish closer relationship with Russia. It's a possibility that there is a change in alliance, and that Russia might develop its capacities through Wagner in the region. But right now, it's also a red flag that is very convenient to use in order to be in a stronger position when you negotiate.
There are also concerns about the coup's potential impact on the import of uranium to power Europe's nuclear plants. As the world's seventh largest producer of the chemical element, it supplies the EU with almost 25% of its reserves and France about 10%. But Jezequel says the impact is not critical.
France used to be much more dependent on Nigerian uranium in the past than it is today. There have been, a diversification of access to uranium in the world, including Canada, including also Kazakhstan. So it's a different market than it was 20 or 30 years ago. So it's still an important interest, but it's not central. It's not vital to France as it used to be.
And he says it's far from clear yet whether the military will stay in power.
And there is still a possibility for the President Bazoum to come back. It will be extremely difficult. This is not the most likely scenario, but this is still the scenario on which many actors are working on. There are many actors in the international community. And as a matter of fact, even Russia is encouraging, is pushing for the return of the elected president. But if this external pressure does not connect with, an internal pressure, I'm afraid it won't work.